Welcome to this video tutorial with Virtual Racing School for the iRacing V8 Supercar series on iRacing. This week we head to Mid-Ohio Sportscar course where I'll be analysing a lap in the Holden Commodore V8 Supercar. The lap is driven by myself, Madison Down, in default morning weather to match the official series. I'll play the lap in full for you first before going into further analysis. So the lap time was a 1 minute 22.413. Alrighty, so here we are on the virtualracingschool.com website on the data pack page, as you can see here on the left hand side. Come down about halfway down, you'll see V8 Supercars 2018 Season 2 by Madison Down. Just go through into that one there. Then we have week 6, which is Mid-Ohio Sportscar course. Morning weather, moderately low usage. Go through into that particular data pack, and you'll see the B lap, O lap, replay file and setup file all there to download and use. You can see all the session details up there as well. Then I've got a few runs that I've done, mostly a bit of a longer run there in the middle with some hot lap runs to finish it off to really see how quick we can get the lap time, but you can look at all of that. Today we're just going to look at Learn Track, so we'll just go into Learn Track and have a watch of the best lap in the session. So, Mid-Ohio, I don't remember the last time that we actually visited Mid-Ohio. I suspect it was quite a long time ago. I don't think personally I've actually driven the Car of the Future V8 Supercar at this circuit before this week, so there's not a lot of previous setup knowledge or previous track pace to go off, but it's a track that the V8 calendar used to visit a lot in iRacing, but for some reason it kind of fell off the radar. So here we are back at Mid-Ohio. I actually think the V8 suits this track quite a lot. Quite a short track, quite similar to a lot of Australian circuits on the calendar. And very tight as well. It can be a very hard track to pass. It's quite a smooth track, but it's very undulating, very tight circuit, very low speed, very tricky to get the power down at this circuit. But we'll have a look at the lap in half speed here. So here we are on the main straight, coming down here, quite a short main straight, quite a hard turn one to judge as well, because you're going to be braking there at about the 150 board, turning in very early, but it's very hard to judge that apex. That's the curbing over there that you can see, but it's not very tall, so it's very hard to judge the turn-in point. So braking hard at the beginning and then trail braking in, as I always go on about like a broken record week after week. So it's really important to make this dark tar patch here. If you miss that, you'll understeer straight off the road. So you're trailing the brake, keeping it in tight. You don't actually want to touch the inside curb here, but get as close to it as you can. That's what I was saying about it's really hard to judge it. You don't have to be that wide of this curb to miss this tar patch. And if you do that, you'll be off. But if you turn in too early, you'll hit this curb and upset the car a lot. So you need to get that turn-in point right. And that point is roughly where the little bit of concrete is between the wall. Just before that point is where you'll turn in. Flow the car accelerate on the way up, but pick up the throttle very smoothly. The road falls away there on exit. Use all of the curbing on the exit there, but not the grass. As soon as you hit the grass, the car will get into a big slide on you. Up towards turn 2, uphill braking zone, so you can brake quite deep. The thing to look out for here is no braking markers for starters, so it's very hard to judge. The braking markers are right over here, so you've kind of got to, it's tricky to see that in the corner of your eye for starters. And then the other part is, as you turn in here, you got to trail brake in, but see, you get to a crest, and as you turn the car in, the road falls away, so you double apex this corner. So first apex there, you got to trail the brake right to the middle of the corner. You can see that brake trail there, trailing it a long way in, running half a car width wide of the curb, and then bring it back down to the curb once again, so you can get off the corner as straight as you can and pick that throttle up nice and gradually. Same deal here. You got to use all the curbing there, but without actually dropping a wheel into the grass. So all those exit curbs, you want to basically be doing that at this circuit. Probably the longest straight on the track, getting up to your top speed here. Not a mega high top speed. Once again, big braking zone, but undulation in the braking zone. So at this time, it's a downhill braking zone. And you find, for me, I don't really use the braking markers off to the left. There's a little bit of a discoloration in the track just there. And that's actually what I use to brake. So you can see brake hard. As you come into the corner, you want to turn in very early. You'll notice these tar patches everywhere. It's really important to use those. They have more grip, and if you miss them, you definitely run wide. So using that tar there and trailing the brake right into the apex, turning in early. You want to use all the exit road off here, so pick the throttle up as early as you can, but also as smoothly as you can. And use plenty of road off to the left there. Then up to turn 5 now, a little bit of a brake, trail the brake. You'll notice the trail, like you've really got to hold brake on to keep the car turning at this circuit. Keep that weight across the nose of the car to make sure that you can get it to the apex. So trailing that brake right into the apex, and then once again coming off that corner, you can see the big fall there. It's quite a steep elevation downhill, and you can see as a result how long it takes me to get to full throttle. Very easy to light the rear tyres up and have a big slide right out sideways action coming down that hill. Down to turn 6 and 7 now. Once again, braking and trail that brake right into the apex. Use this tar to your advantage. Turn in early. You can use the curbing here. It's not a straight acceleration zone, so be careful. Be careful of wheel spin. So pick the throttle up nice and smoothly. Nice progressive throttle control there to make sure you don't get any wheel spin. You want to straighten this section out under the Honda bridge as much as you can though. So take as much curb as you can get away with, but don't hit the grass. If you hit the grass, you risk a off track there. So you can see I'm kind of, from the outside here, I'm kind of flying the car across the grass. Just that little corner there. You will also notice I can't get through here flat. So you can see I was flat, but as soon as I actually have to turn the car, short shift to third there, as soon as I have to turn, I have to lift off the throttle there and modulate. And that's just due to it being a bit of a corner, and also the elevation across here. The car, if you hold it flat, gets wheel spin. You can see I've had to modulate over that crest. Even though I'm going over it straight, the car wants to wheel spin. Once again, trying to keep it as straight as I can there. Trail the brake right through here. Really easy to run out of road there on the left and run wide, and if you do that, you'll be in the fence on the left hand side for sure. Use as much road there as you dare. Turn in early. You basically make this one big corner. So right back from this curb here, you're basically making this one big long braking zone double apex corner. You can see there the lock never actually comes off and goes totally straight. Turning in early, making the tar. Try and not use all the road on the left here too early. So you're driving off here quite shallow and quite straight. This is quite a big crest, you can see. So once again, it's very hard to get the power down across that crest. So you need to make sure you're being very progressive with your throttle. So you drive across the crest straight, then get to the curb once you've well and truly got away from the corner there. Up now to 10, 11. Get nice and close to this red fence here on the right. You'll use just before the 200 board will be where you brake. Well, actually, kind of more like between the 300 and the 200 board. Brake hard, and then once again trail the brake, and you'll turn in very early. Once again, the elevation means you have to do that, so you got decent grip on turn in, but as you get to the crest up here, the road actually falls away quite a lot on exit, and the car wants to run quite wide. So you can see there the car running and sliding out to the edge of the road, and pick the throttle up very gently. Once again, don't rush to the throttle. If you do that, it will get, basically a lot of wheel spin and jump right out sideways on you, and that's where you run into problems. So basically this track's all about being patient. If you're patient, the lap time will come. If you overdrive here, you will really hurt the tyre badly, and you'll be off the pace. So it's just all about driving to within the limits of the car. Over here, once again, crest as you turn in, so you can't brake too hard here. See there, 50% brake, and as soon as I start to turn in, you can see me modulating the brake there. The car to slide, I had to get off the brake. Now modulating again, and just trailing that brake into the corner ever so gently. And I've got it to the apex now. I can pick the throttle up gently, and as soon as I get straight now, so straight there, flat, and then as soon as I have to turn and short shift to third, just there, I've got to lift off and wait till the car gets relatively straight once again, coming down the main straight, and get the run there to the line. So quite a tough circuit to get right. I don't know, the advice at this place, we'll just have a watch from the outside as I chat my way to the end, but basically you've just got to make sure you're not overdriving the car at this circuit. It's very easy to overdrive here, and if you overdrive, you'll have no rear tyres in about 2 laps. It's the same everywhere, but it's particularly tempting here. You've got quite a short drop gear in the transaxle, so the acceleration you get at this circuit is quite good. That's fine when you have fresh tyres, but as the tyres go off, that extra short gearing that you have in the car will basically tempt you to get wheel spin everywhere. Around the circuit, particularly this middle sector we're watching now, very easy to overdrive through here. So if you just note the throttle percentage here down the bottom, you'll note how gradual that is everywhere. See, it's picking up the throttle here on exit, very, very smooth up to 100%, then even through here, a lot of throttle modulation. And note the attitude of the car as well from the outside shot. The car's never sliding, it's always being driven dead straight. You can see it there, just the back is not sliding at all, and basically that's what you want. You want the car to be looking nice and stable. So even up here, little slide through the mid corner, but not much, and then I think I have a little slide in here under brakes as well. Yeah, little slide there, but nothing on throttle. On throttle the car is dead straight, does not slide at all. So that's what you really need. You need a car that drives that way, and you need to drive the car that way as well. So anyway, Mid-Ohio, great track. Happy that the calendar is back here and we're racing here once again. Just as I said, tough track to pass. Probably going to be turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 are really the only possibilities for passing, so going to have to be patient here. You can find all setups, replays and telemetry for your own use and analysis on virtualracingschool.com. You can also book coaching with drivers from Trans Tasman Racing in the form of group classes or one-on-one sessions. Thanks everyone, have a good week, and I'll see you next week.